Bhavan Magdum. I am a chairman of Park Group. I am welcoming all dignitaries present here, and I am welcoming all over the globe. There are many people watching from many countries from virtually this event. From this book author Ramyaji and his families and friends, from behalf of that, Park Group is welcoming for all across the globe who is watching this program. This is a unique program. It is happening. So I am very happy and delighted and pleased to announce such kind of programs. So many people are joined through virtually to watching this program, and really we are very happy to conduct such launching of this great book, which ancient philosophy, ancient knowledge, and many things are in this books. And this book we are launching through a different platform. So I am thanking to my friend Shivraj and Dr. Ramyaji all the way. They traveled from Bangalore to give this knowledge and to share what is in Bharata, what is in our ancient philosophy and Vedas. There are many things are there, and they are disclosing today to this whole world. So I am really happy to call Mr. Shivraj Dharne, who is working for Intel, and he's taken initiative. And I'm welcoming to Shivraj to introduce about this book and author. Welcoming you to Shivraj.
Thank you, Magdum. On the behalf of this organization, I want to thank all of you to be here and all the viewers across the globe who are watching live. Today, it is my privilege to introduce Dr. Ramaya, with whom I have a very good association. I'm learning a lot of things from him, and it is really great honor to bring him here and discuss about his book, and also some of the things that I had the questions. I wanted him to talk through his talk. So Dr. Ramaya, born in 1939, he is a mechanical engineer by profession. He retired from Ordnance Factory as a regional director, throughout engineer, but from childhood he had an interest in Vedas and ancient technology. So he has been a student for the life, and he has been able to bring out many books. For example, I read a couple of his books, Ancient India Wisdom, Supernatural Powers. There are many books in writing right now. We are working on a book on science of cow. The knowledge that he has brought forward is such amazing that whole world is going to be awakened. Some of the books that are upcoming are Life Science of Mind, Science of Health, Gandharva Ayurveda. So there are many books he has worked on, and with our little effort, we are trying to bring that one by one. Already there are few books already published. I would encourage people to look at his book and see the depth of knowledge he has tried to acquire. And if you see this book also, he's talking about Jnana Makaranda. He's like, trying to see our scriptures, Vedas, and trying to get the essence of that knowledge and helping our future generation to understand it. So when I was talking about this book, I asked him, I work for Intel, I'm a technologist, and today we are depending on the observation, some hypothesis, experimental measurements, without seeing the facts, we will not say that this is correct or this is the truth. Then when you talk about his book, a lot of things we cannot showcase. We cannot practically show things. Then I was asking him how it is possible to get that truth with the 100% mind. And I asked him to talk about that during this launch of the book. So basically he is going to tell us how the modern scientific people are trying to get the truth, through experiments, data, measurements, observations, and how sometimes the observations fails, or we do not have that reach of getting into subtle level, but how the rishis used to get that knowledge. So with that, I will welcome Dr. Ramaya to talk about the book, as well as how our rishis and ancient people used to acquire the truth knowledge, right? So this is very fascinating. I'm grateful to him that with his 78-year age, he's traveled all the way from Bangalore, and he is going to talk about it. Thank you.
Namaste to all of you. Actually, this book is on meta-philosophy of creation, cosmos and beyond cosmos. The existing science, at present they are thinking about parallel universes. A lot of discussions are going on, and there are a lot of people who oppose the ideas with the available knowledge. But the science, as it is being developed continuously, there are limitations. Because every time something is made absolute, something made new one. So in the process, new things are being made out. But absolute truth in some places may not be difficult or may be difficult to find out. But ancient India, I should say Bharat Desha. Bharat Desha is a land of knowledge. And especially Panchasikacharya says, Ekameva darshanam, khyatideva darshanam. That is, knowledge is but one. Discrimination alone is knowledge. So the Maharshis, with their tapasakti or samadhi level and yogic powers, they could go beyond our imagination. So one example, you see, what a Maharshi says, the formation of wars in the minds on the earth is due to the following forces. The gravity of center of earth, the gravitational force of Milky Way, the force of solar flood, the force of atmosphere, the gravitational force emanating from planets and stars, and the gravitational force of sun, and the gravitational force of moon, and the gravitational force of the universe as a whole. And what they say, all these forces act in a ratio of 3:8, 11:5, 2:6, 4:9 ratio. Now it is a benchmark for the Vedic sciences. How far or how long the existing sciences or modern sciences will take either to prove or disprove this. Only future can tell. Now, the divine sages discovered the light of truth enveloped in darkness. The Vedas present truth in crystal clear form. Rigveda mantra says, if you want to know the truth, you have to go to Vedas. There are men who may see with eyes, but they do not see the source of divine speech. There are men who hear, but have no ability to understand the deeper meaning of divine words. There are many people who recite Veda mantras, but they don't understand what it contains. That is the main problem on date. But there are pious sages to whom the goddess of speech reveals a lovely form. So it is only confined to Maharshis. Give prominence to intellect over emotions. God has housed your emotional heart and your logical mind in one body. Do not be swayed by emotions, not be carried away by mere logic. Obtain inspiration from the heart, but guidance from the brain. And go ahead with steady steps. The place of reason is higher than the place of heart. It is Atharvaveda mantra. A lot of information which I am going to present will be based on this mantra, and then go higher stages thereafter. Now Vijnana, what is Vijnana? It is the knowledge of applied sciences, maybe engineering, technologies and all those things. Then Prajnana, acquiring a specialized knowledge in a particular field, mostly the scientists in various fields. Then Bahi Prajna, the skills and knowledge one acquires through logic is Bahi Prajna. That is mathematics and other things. Then Antha Prajna, the skill one acquires through intellect is Antha Prajna. Now the present day research and activities for the creativity goes, right brain activities goes for this. Then Ubhaya Prajna, the synergic use of both Ubhaya Prajna and Antha Prajna simultaneously is Ubhaya Prajna, if you can bring them together. So creativity comes, but as far as the yogis are concerned, they go higher step than this. Then Ubhaya Prajna and Pranayama.
When a yogi engages Shambhavi Mudra, with all its precautions, enters the Chaturtha Pranayama stage. One finds the following changes taking place gradually.
Actually, Chaturtha Pranayama is the highest state of Pranayama as per Maharshi Patanjali. Now, Pranayama, the length of breath gradually shortens. The heartbeat gets reduced gradually. The mind stops wandering and gets concentrated to the highest order. The breath gradually becomes equal from both the nostrils. That is, Sushumna starts working. Then Ubhaya Prajna, finally the incoming and outgoing breaths from both the nostrils almost become nil, where the heart stops working. Then what happens? The right brain and the left brain start functioning simultaneously and they work in harmony.
In that state, emotion is fortified by logic, intuition helps intellect, intellect radiates conscious mind with new ideas, generating.
Now, we have seen the fundamentals. Now, hereafter we go to the higher steps. It's called Rutambara Prajna, where truth alone shines. Rutambara means full of truth. Rutambara Prajna, the intellective vision with full of truth. Yogi, when practices meditation continuously and attains the higher stage of yoga, acquires intellective vision with full of truth. But a normal person, it is not possible. The knowledge is divided of Samshaya, any doubt, Viparjaya, any misconception, and Midhyajnana, knowledge based on untruth. Hence, for a yogi who acquires Rutambara Prajna, truth alone shines. This is how the Vedic science have come in Bharat Desha. Pratibha Jnana. When a yogi constantly engages in Samadhi states, before attaining Viveka Khyati is the highest order for a yogi to come, to get it. Just like before sunrise we get Usha, the morning twilight, similar way, yogi acquires Pratibha Jnana. Yogi who attains Pratibha Jnana automatically acquires some of the powers like Atita Anagata Jnana. Now, Atita Anagata Jnana, through this enables one to peep into deep past and future events with very accurately. The Nadi Granthas are generated with this type of help. Now, Vyavahita Jnana. This enables one to have accurate knowledge of smallest objects, including atoms and beyond atoms. Viprakrishta Jnana. By this, one could cross all frontiers and could have the knowledge of an object, however small, and whatever be its location, place, and distance. If somebody is here, he wants to see in New York, in some gully, small pin is there, he will be able to describe that how it is. Now, Viprakrishta Jnana, by this one could observe both the position, velocity, and energy level of subtle particles like electrons and so on. There is no restriction here. Now we are going to the higher side, beyond that. Actually, through the practice of Yama Nema, one has to purify the heart. So unless he purifies the heart, further knowledges will not come to the person. So Yama Nemas are normally left by many people who are practicing yoga in all over the country, all over the world. But that is the main thing required for future knowledge acquirement. Now, Prajna Jyoti. and Jnana Chakshu. See, these powers enable yogi to acquire clear vision of all events taking place any faraway place with clarity. Now, what happens in Mahabharata time? Dhritarashtra wanted to see how the war is going on. He is a blind person. Then Vyasa Bhagavan appears and he gives a boon to Sanjay with a Divya Drishti. This is actually called Divya Drishti. So Sanjay, kilometers away from the war scene, he is able to witness everything, and he described the entire Mahabharata war by Sanjay only through this power, including Bhagavad Gita. Now, yogi who practices for a long time, Vicharanugata Samprajnata Samadhi, perceives divine light and hears divine music and Veda mantras in melodious and sweet voice. See, these are why they are called Shrutis. It is not written by anybody. Even today, if somebody goes to this stage, he can hear Veda mantras. And people are writing in all the books, there is Vedic period, Upanishad period, all nonsense. Now, some of the higher levels of Samadhi are known as Vicharanga Samadhi, Anandana Samadhi, and Dharmamega Samadhi, and so on. When yogi perfects Dharmamega Samadhi, attains Viveka Jnana. Ja is the one which is generated. Viveka means discrimination. Viveka Jnana is intellect born knowledge. Actually, it is not a correct word, but there is the nearest available translation. Because this comes under Antakarana Chatushtaya, Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta. But there are no equivalent words for all the items. So they are taken as single thing here. Now, what happens to Viveka Jnana? A yogi can see from the smallest particles to universe level. That is your cosmos. On attaining this state, the yogi becomes Maharshi. Till such time, he is a yogi. Only after getting Viveka Jnana, he becomes a Maharshi. If somebody keeps the name Maharshi, they are not Maharshis. Through Viveka Jnana, one acquires the knowledge of objects in all conditions, past, present and future. See, the speciality is, here there is no succession, and acquires knowledge in all spheres and respects in a single moment. The moment is defined by Vyasa Bhagavan 5000 years ago as the time taken by an atom to rotate one revolution around its axis. So you can see the small period. Now, the Maharshi gets information in that time, but if he has to tell to somebody through your mouth, it may take 6 months or 8 months. For a Maharshi, there is nothing yet known which might not be made the object of discrimination. Discrimination is the knowledge. Maharshis attain several supernatural powers and knowledges which are beyond comprehension, difficult to understand how they work, but I am giving some names so that you can understand cosmos and beyond cosmos in a better way. These are mentioned here. See, beyond Viveka Jnana, you get Yugapata Jnana. Actually, our universe, if you say our sun makes one revolution around its own galaxy and the time taken is called one Manvantara. And if it makes 14 such revolutions, it becomes one Kalpa. And one Kalpa is 1000 Mahayugas. And one Mahayuga is 432 lakhs years. So, this is Yugapata Jnana. That means in one Kalpa period, what is happening, the Maharshi knows. That is called Yugapata Jnana. Then, beyond Yugapata Jnana, there is a Chirajnana. There, the universe is not one, there are many and infinite. So they get the knowledge of all those things. Now, centers of creation, in the initial stage, there are infinite centers of creation, and out of that, Shakti Sarvasab, a old manuscript, has intimated the number of powers produced from the 2 crores 20 lakhs 28th center, 5 crores of powers evolve in a second. So like that they have given information about various centers. Now the name of our universe is named as Sweta Varaha Kalpa Brahmana, because this particular kalpa is called Sweta Varaha, Sweta Kalpa. So the name is this. Now countless universes, our universe is from Mahapada Kendramukha creation is, actually there are so many centers, but the center from which our universe is created, it is called Mahapada Kendramukha. And in that, the position is, you can see this 16 lakhs, 6,000, what is actually? 16 lakhs, 6,111th position. So they have gone to such accurate calculation where our universe exists. Oh, this is a cover page where the information is given. That is the center of creation, Mahapada Kendramukha, and they are the universes all around moving in crores and crores. But here, this is not the only position. Actually, if you go up also the same thing happens, you go down also the same thing happens, and the number of universes are infinite from each center. But such centers are infinite again in the creation. And this is called gross cosmos. And this is one of the universes that. And there are universes bigger than our universe and smaller than universe. They are different sizes. Now, beyond Yugapata Jnana is Chirajnana. And here, you have seen one kalpa for 1000 Mahayugas, but there is one Mahakalpa where it is 7,200 kalpas. So that is Chirajnana. In that what happens? The knowledge is Chirajnana. There is a Kshiprajnana. Actually, the Mahakalpa, people say, is a life of a Brahma. But Kshiprajnana is much more than that. That is actually the subtle cosmos where such Mahakalpas are 7,20,000. Mahakalpas will become one Vyakta Kalpa. So there are so many universes, so many creations and centers. Now, beyond Kshiprajnana is Apratita Jnana. Actually, this goes for casual cosmos. And there, Vyaktakalpas, there again 7,200 Vyaktakalpas becomes one Mahavyaktakalpa. As like, particles are there, they have small lifespan, and our lifespan is slightly bigger than that. So like that, things will change. Now, beyond Aprasita is Anavrata Jnana. Here, one image of Mula Prakriti is equivalent to one Mahavyakta Kalpa of the casual cosmos. And such images are continuous. You can see what happens to other things. So, compared to casual cosmos, the subtle cosmos will be like a particles coming and going. And gross cosmos, you can't even count where it goes. Now, beyond Anavrata is Niratisaya Jnana. This is the ultimate knowledge. And this Niratisaya Jnana is Veda. That is infinite, raised to infinite, raised to infinite. We don't know what are the boundaries. It is beyond boundaries. Because the construction of Sri Chakra is very vital for the understanding creation. Because if you understand Sri Chakra, you can understand the creation process. Because this embodies a lot of information in this Sri Chakra. And there is a continuous process of creations. Nobody can stop it. So they have changed my this thing. It should have been proper presentation. They are all one after another in sequence. Now I will explain. You see one dark cycle there. That is your Mula Prakriti. Now in the initial stage of Sankalpa God, only 1/4 of Mula Prakriti takes transformation into casual cosmos. And from there, a small part will become as a subtle cosmos. And from there, a small part goes to a grass cosmos. In grass cosmos, you can see a small part. There are so many lines and they're all centers of creations. One of the center is our center of creation, which we discussed. Now, what is knowledge? See, the Triputi is Pramana, Pramata, Prameya. Pramata means the one who acquires knowledge, Prameya, the object of knowledge, and Pramana, the causative factor acquiring knowledge. Whether they are available or not available, whether science or scientific methods are not available, Prama exists, the knowledge exists. And knowledge has no space boundaries, and knowledge is not bound by change of time, because Veda is eternal. Now, the divine words are repositories of wisdom, Vedamantra says. This is the final stage to understand what is Veda, the word Veda. Now, we will see the universal science. Dharmi manifests or evolves as a dharma. It takes place entire creation, whether you go to subtle cosmos or casual cosmos or grass cosmos. This is a fundamental point. What is dharmi? Is a substrata or element, main element root, which transforms or evolves as a dharma characteristic. Now, we have cardinal cosmic laws to control the evolution and manifestations. Now, evolve is limited because you will not get 100% evolution from the original dharmi. Only a part is evolved. You have seen already that thing. And evolved contains many varieties. That means casual cosmos, subtle cosmos, and grass cosmos. There are varieties there. Evolved is not eternal because the permanence is denied to evolve. So it has to go for dissolution. Now, just as evolved is caused by the unevolved and comes out of it, it is also capable of being merged therein into its cause. It is a cardinal cosmic law. That is the reason why dissolutions take place at particular intervals. Now, Kapila Maharshi told, Sancharaha Pratisancharaha. That is, creation, dissolution are endless. So here, if you see, like particles coming and going, the universe also come and go. Only time factors are different. So the divine sages discovered the light of truth enveloped in darkness, the Vedas present truth in crystal clear form, Rigveda mantra. Thank you very much.
So, thank you, Dr. Ramaya ji. So, we know up to cosmos only, but today we know beyond cosmos. So, this is something actually, it is something great ancient knowledge. You say the India or Bharatam knowledge you are shared. So, it was amazing actually. And I know that a lot of people are watching from all over the world. I just see the count and many people are watching from, say 27 countries people have joined. I heard something. So this is a great program is going on. And thank you all of joining this virtually. I'm really thank you for all. And I request Shivraj to come and take a charge of next program. There will be an interview of Ramaya ji and Shivraj will introduce for next speaker and next interviewer. Thank you very much, Shivraj.
Thank you. So, following his talk, we thought we will ask him some questions that anybody, will have that questions. We are trying to get more questions online. But before that, we request Dr. Naval Kele sir to interview him. Just to introduce Dr. Naval Kele, actually I grown up looking at him, He is a great scholar. He has finished his PhD in 1974-78, working with BARC. He was getting the scholarship from Department of Atomic Energy, and with that he finished his PhD there. And he started his own company in 1988. But before that, he was working with 5-6 multinational companies, USA-based companies. He was dealing with them on the cryogenic research. Also, he worked with these companies on various nuclear products. So his field is all subatomic, atomic level, you can say. And we are fortunate enough, he has kindly accepted to come here and talk to Dr. Ramaiah and enlighten us with more of his queries, right? So with that, I request Dr. Naval Kele, Dr. Ramaiah to come over here and give us more insight into what he has written.
First of all, let us welcome Dr. Ramaiah after his speech to really clarify some of our doubts you may have, or online the people may have. And I have created certain questions which may be in common with all of us. So, first of all, good evening, Dr. Ramaiah, for such a good presentation and giving us a knowledge about a cosmos, about our body, the content of our body, the actions in our body, and the way of understanding the cosmos through a process of yoga. Thank you very much for that one. Now let us look into the content and try to understand to certain extent, superficially, how much we can understand about it and then make use of it into our like a real life. My first question to Dr. Ramaiah is, what is your motivation to bring this book with the content which have really gone into a lot of effort since long time?
From the childhood, I used to hear one thing. Whenever there is a scientific discovery, some of the old pundits will say, "Arey, this is already available in Vedas." And if somebody asks a question, "Can you show it?" they keep mum. So I was thinking, why it is not possible to find out the secrets? So in that process, my intention was never to write a book. I was only studying, trying to understand subtle things. And I had to discuss with many people and go to many scriptures to understand. So in the process, I could find one Rigveda mantra which has given the source of Ayurveda. So for that I got PhD in 1979. So that is the first discovery that Veda mantra contains knowledge sufficient for future for any time. Now the second thing is about the cosmos. There are people talking about multi-universe and then this thing and so many other things are going on all over. But what exactly is the process and the knowledge utilized by Maharshis to find out the truth from Veda mantras and from the scriptures? So in that process, this is what I have given this thing, that is all through yoga and purity of heart. Only two things. And the intention is Lokahita. They are called Aptalok Maharshis. So they are able to reveal so many things. So this is a culmination of that information which will help the humanity, and Bharat Desha, the name itself is giving knowledge to all over the world. And it is happening for the last so many thousands of years and crores of years, and it will happen in the future. But this particular thing will help future generations to go and study our scriptures and do some research and do more and more information for the public.
Okay, you have partly answered my second question also. It's your lot of efforts, practical efforts have gone into it to really collect this information, and through his own PhD work which has brought out this deep level thinking. My second question is, can you tell us how this book is going to help the intellectuals around the world which are online looking into the future is concerned?
At present, with the scientific methods and research, there are a lot of limitations. And when you hear the debates going on with the multiverse and then other people who say no, actually there are nowhere to go to the real thing what is happening in the universe or beyond cosmos. So this particular information will definitely help all the scientists who are thinking not one universe, many universes. But this subject is, it is not one universe, there are infinite universes, and from infinite centers, they are infinite to infinite, and it is only a small part of the higher cosmos or subtle cosmos, and beyond that is casual cosmos, and beyond that is Mula Prakriti, which we cannot even imagine. Most probably it will help for future research, for future generations.
Okay, thank you. And probably you are aware of an organization by name CERN, which is putting a lot of efforts in understanding what is the black matter and how the creation of the universe has occurred. They have, concluded that there are 3 universes over there. This is on the basis of conservation of spins. They have, okay. This is really a subject beyond this one as such, but there's something practically going on. Probably this can also help to a certain extent over there. Okay, my third question is, why do you think the treasure of our ancient Bharat Desha is hidden in the form of this knowledge, and how we can explore it?
Actually, if you heard the whole information given, there are 2 lines of people. One, normal people with ordinary ideas and with an ordinary way of thinking. But there are pious sages with pure heart only for the benevolent of the humanity. So, the knowledge is destined to be known to them. Why this is there? In Veda Mantra says, there are 4 grades of speech, definite grades of speech, and 4 are the definite grades of speech. The learned and the wise know them. 3 of these are deposited in secret, and they indicate no meaning to the common man. The reason is, those who are with the material thinking, amassing wealth, or rather sometimes you have the cruel mind to control many people. So if it goes in their hands, the public will be suffering. So this is destined only for the sages who are having only benevolent mind.
Thank you. Okay, what do you think about our future generation should put efforts in bring back the glory by gaining this kind of a knowledge?
Actually, in the passage of time, in the book also it is written, many manuscripts were burnt by some people with their own ideas. And during the foreign rule, many of these manuscripts were taken out by other countries, and they are available in their libraries. Now, the whole having those in libraries, they cannot understand the secrets of this knowledge. But books are available in different places. So, with the available resources and financial resources, universities and people, the whole world as one unit, if they make efforts to bring them, put in a proper place and go for research, it is going to help definitely the future generations.
Basically, you have divided this whole knowledge into a Jnanamakaranda. These are actually the chapters contained into it as such. How do you think that this, which chapter or which Jnanamakaranda is most useful to be taken by the youth and should follow and without any lapse of time?
Actually, by taking a part, we will not get the full information. And Jnana Makaranda, Jnana is the knowledge. Makaranda, actually, if you see the beehives, they go to different flowers and collect the Makaranda from each flower. And they make the honey, the product. Now, this is actually knowledge of honey. So, if you take out a part of it, it will be like a modern medicine with having side effects. But you must go holistic. So, there are some chapters, especially the dynamics of creation,
okay,
and on Om, how mathematics have generated, and Chatvarya Sranga, how the God has given a divine number to interpret of all activities all over, including human being and outside. So, better to go for the full book instead of going for part.
Okay, means there is a lot of efforts need to go in understanding the mathematics also here. Okay, thank you very much for this knowledge and this basically so distinct information which has been put into it, and hope our future will put enormous energy and efforts into it, and will come out with certain truths out of it as well. Thank you very much.
Mr. Ramaya, I have a question. Really, currently, the physicists have some theory of creation. After the Einstein's general relativity, the objective scientists came to Big Bang theory. In fact, Big Bang, steady state, which became later quasi-steady state theory. Dr. Narlikar is the proponent of that theory. And then the pulsating theory. Now, point is, all these three theories, the standard model is considered as the Big Bang. But later, when the quantum mechanics came into being, this Big Bang, which had some lacunae, which are called as flatness problem, horizon problem and monopole problem, they came out with Big Bang within Big Bang, Alan Guth, which came with an inflationary theory, where he says that in the first 10 raised to minus 36 to 10 raised to minus 34 seconds, universe expanded 70 times, 10 raised to 70. That means atom became a football or something like that, they say, or tennis ball, whatever it is. What really I want to say is, after the evolvement of quantum mechanics, the whole theory of creation again underwent a transition, a very severe transition. That is, that they now say that universe came out with a quantum fluctuation from nothing. And the ontological the interpretations of this quantum mechanics, they also talk of multi-universes theory, MWI, by Wheeler and others. That is what they say. There are many universes. Now what I want to ask you is, the objective scientists, essentially who go on into the objective world and the empirical methods for establishing the theory, how they will be able to digest all this? Point is, I'm a fan of your ancient knowledge in this country, but I'm asking you a question as perhaps a representative of the objective world people, how they will be able to digest this, and how will you make these people to understand what we say?
So let me explain. I never touch what is happening and why it is happening there. Here only the truth is brought out with our knowledge, number one. Number two, whether somebody accepts, rejects, it is for them to do it with their own knowledge. Number three, I have given one example in the beginning, how the wars are formed, what is the ratio of gravitational forces working, including universe. Now, it is for the scientists to prove or disprove. Let them take their own time. And another thing, the Maharshis, they found atom, actually Patanjali Maharshi more than 1 crore years back, he has defined atom, human body and a tree as one set. Because a tree is having millions of items inside. A human body also having a lot of things. So he says atom also like that. So Vyasa Maharshi tells, it is called Aita Siddhaya Samudaya. That means inseparable accomplished body. Suppose you remove any one thing, it collapses. You take out the head. What happens? The human body cannot work. Take out the heart. It will not function. So atom also is like that. And the Maharshi, they went deep inside, they found it is more than 1 crore constituents are there in the atom. And some are particular, some are generic. There are items which have a longer lifespan, and there are many items having appearing, disappearing. And this is also confirmed by Sulabha for Janaka in one of the discussions. So, whether somebody accepts or rejects, I am not bothered. The information given by Maharshis, I believe one day people will understand, they will realize.
Maybe I would like to give in a physical way the answer to the sir's question. In 1960, Dr. Peter Higgs invented the bosons, which are the basic block of, or the basic elementary particles, which are providing energy to all other particles existing. Probably we need to be aware of it as such. When he predicted this theory and the existence of a bosons, nobody believed in it as such. That means it's a creation in his mind, this theory, based on to the relative thinking about the present, whatever the elementary particles are there and their spins and then many other, you can say, features are concerned. He put forward this theory by sitting into a chair into a closed room. Means what? He was a Rishi, which he predicted as such. And that has been proved in 21st June 2015 experimentally. And the Nobel Prize is announced to him. And when he heard this news, he cried uninterruptedly for 5 minutes. Now what I mean to say is that the theory which he has put forward here into this is a theory purely thought over by the pure mind, which need to bring into the practical aspect, which also predicts, this theory predicts all about all the elementary particles and the things contained, including the mathematics. But we have not reached to the stage purely by theoretical process to understand this phenomena still. This is what is the difference here. We are, present day science of investigating the universe is totally based on to a practical aspects of the science through the observations and the thinking process and putting into a real practical aspects to prove it as such. Then only the world scientists can accept it, otherwise they will not accept it. The told phenomena, thought over phenomena which are predicted beforehand the experiments are done, these are not acceptable until those are proved. And the fine example for them is Higgs. I am just compared this phenomena. So, one day, when we really enter into this understanding the mathematics and this phenomena, probably there, the universal, you can say, creation will be more clear, including our internal structures and functioning processes. Thank you.
So one more thing I want to tell. Gautam Maharshi has told, if anything properly brought out with reasoning, if it is not proved, you accept as a theory till such time it is proved. So I say you take this as that direction. Abhyapakam Siddhanta. No dispute.
Sir, thanks for this book. But just this one question is in my mind. As an author, when you collect the knowledge,
actually, I don't consider myself as an author.
Listen to
I
this.
collected as a student of Vedic sciences.
As a professional librarian, I look into this knowledge. This knowledge, now when the author is putting ideas, something in his mind, coming in the recorded format, definitely it is having in mind who are the targeted their users, who will look into this. And definitely, author when he puts ideas, definitely society is going to benefit. My question is that, now when there are interdisciplinary subjects are there, many, now coming to back, the concentration and minds and so many studies are going on nowadays. How do you look into this book? How the youngsters or young generation is going to benefit for this book?
I can tell one thing. For this reason, I have brought out 3 treasures in the book in the beginning for the starting point. That is how Bharat Desha got knowledge in different fields, very high information. Now that motivates a future generations to go more deep into the subject. And in this book, Agnimile Purohitam is the first sukta of the Rigveda mantra, and with the help of one Vedic mathematician, I could bring out algebraic equations from that mantra. They are available in the book. So it is for the future generation to go and do research and find out the solutions for that, and then correlate with the creation process explained in the book. This is one thing. The second thing, on Om also there is a Jnana Makaranda, where how mathematics are developed by Maharshis from the Om. So there are so many subjects are there in the book, and they will definitely motivate future generations. I am not talking present, to go more deeper and do research. And when they find new things are coming out, they will come to this book to find out the solution already there.
Researchers definitely they will go in the deep and they will find the roots and everything. Just my concern is that the youngsters now, where our curricula, it is exam oriented, where they have to get degree up to the secondary, higher secondary, or up to university level also. So in that context, just I want to know what message you wanted to give for the society.
It is not for a particular type of students. This is in general for future generations.
Okay,
may
thank
not
you.
be immediately, maybe after some time.
Thank you.
So what do you think that, for perfection one need to connect the body and mind? So how this book would really help us?
See, this book, it is not for mind and body, it is Ayurveda subject. Here, this book is on creation and the knowledge given by Maharshis to understand how the creation started. Now, people are having dark energy, dark matter. There is also given in the book a solution. At what stage that becomes a dark matter, and at what stage it becomes a dark energy, it is also given in the book. Because the solutions where people are not finding difficult to understand, the solutions are available in our book. The book means not this thing. I am telling the information given by the Maharshis.
Thank you, sir.
Some physical answer to your question. Question and answer both I am modifying. Thank you. Okay. You said how you can make a connection between the mind and body. It is actually the other way. How you can disconnect the body from the mind and then go into the deeper thinking process. This is what the way it is there. And so that now, let me reveal one aspect of it as such. Why it is essential to detach the body from the mind. In fact, that means basically the whole process is concentration into a certain stream of knowledge and thinking over by getting detached the sensing organs from the body. Then only the concentration process happens. Otherwise, no. So it is a detachment process. And this detachment process, the other way we can say, is the yogic process as such, which can, and this is what is a theoretical scientist to do. Am I right? Thank you.
I just want to ask one question. How would you relate this Triguna and the cosmos? Sattva, Rajatama and cosmos.
Actually, in the book I have mentioned very clearly, the entire creation, whether it is subtle stage, casual stage or gross stage, or anything what we are having, or including ourselves, all are through Sattva, Raja, Tamo gunas. The evaluation all from that. Known, unknown, felt, unfelt, measured, unmeasured. Everything is from Sattva, Raja, Tamo gunas only. That is the fundamental root for the entire creation. Because even Mula Prakriti is a Samyavastha of these three gunas only. When there is a disturbance, the creation starts. So, nothing goes beyond that. If somebody says fundamental blocks for the creation is something here and there, they have to travel a number of billions of years to go to that stage. And nobody can measure Sattva, Raja, Tamo gunas. There is no instrument available on date. Even pranas which are produced out of that, even we don't know how to measure the pranas. But Maharshis, they again prana gati pramapaka ganita. That is how the 10 pranas in the body, they move in 32 different routes. And how the energies are regulated and the body functions make it normal, they know all those things. And even for the atoms, they are given actually, for that also there is another Pramaganatha for the elementary particles. But the books are not available now. Actually, it is mentioned in Akshar Laksha Ganesh Shastra, but that book also is not available.
And exactly at what stage the Purusha comes in picture?
If you see the Sri Chakra, one of the figure, you will find there are 5 triangles and 4 triangles in different directions. And the one which is having downward direction is Prakriti. The one having upward direction is Purusha. So that's where the energies of negative and positive energies, they assimilate and then this creation starts. They are given names for that, but this is the reality is this.
So, thank you very much, Dr. Naval Kaleji. So, wonderful intro you have taken, and you had made this treasure open to whole world. So, I am especially thanking to you, and Ramya ji has given treasure to all. So, this is a great moment of this India and all whole world. This book is going to be given to the whole world. So, a lot of knowledge, a lot of treasure is there in this book. I am thanking all dignitaries who has come and joined this program, and this book is launched. So thank you, Ramya ji. I'm wishing you a very, very great luck. Best luck to you for your health and giving this knowledge to the whole world.
Thank you.
We conclude this whole function. So it was a great honor for all of us to have all the people across the world joining this, encouraging Dr. Ramaya for his effort. He has literally spent almost 40 years or so bringing a lot of things into this book, right? So it's all the hard work that he has done so far. So I thank all of you who are joining virtually and present here. We will send the reviews. Unfortunately, we are not able to cover all the questions that has come up. So we are going to make sure all the questions that are sent on email, we will be responding them religiously. Dr. Ramaya will ensure that all the questions that people have submitted will be answered. With that, I thank all of you.